Hey folks, welcome to Hellcat's Penny Arcade, and that is my son's cucumber going off. Let's turn that down. And I'm going to be picking up where I left off on Final Fantasy IV. I need to backtrack a bit because there's a few chests I need to go pick up before carrying on. I've had some better days. As most people know, haven't been feeling good the last while, so it's taken some getting used to. Let's see if I can bring up chat. That fell back to the... There we are. Oh, here. These are the chests I was supposed to collect. That'll help out a lot. The Earth Hammer. That'll make him a lot more useful. Actually, does that raise or lower? Oh, lower. Okay. Or raise. Who knows? Let's see. Okay. Which means now I can use that. And that is weak as shit. Never mind. Better off just hitting people with it. Like God intended. Let's see here. Poison Claws. That'll be nice. We'll keep Charm there. Alright then. Worked out better than I thought. Let's see if there's something down here for him. Oh yeah, I still have the Earth Crystal, so let's... Fire Shield, that works. I can probably put that in the garbage. Silver stuff. That's still there. Hey, Eddie. How's it going? Took me a while to get to be feeling better about getting back on the stream. Oh, shouldn't we all? Let's see. I need... I remember to take that off him after the fight. Oh. Alright, fire it is. Yeah, I should be asleep too. I got a pretty long day ahead of me. This next fight's gonna be pretty boring if they keep leveling up like that, so I should probably start running away. I forgot you do drop money in this. Let's I always run away. I am I'm not one for fighting. I'm a conscientious objector. Yeah, I should probably take that body positive specimen. Alright, so unequip all his crap. I wonder if I can do that first. Oh yeah, that works a lot better. Nope, not him. Remove. 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 And remove. Doesn't do a lot of good attacks here. Yep. Alright, now I have Kane back. I know that with what was it? Was it Dissidia? They make him kind of like he's still a bad guy, but he's not. I don't know. He's well, most of them was just there to have a villain against a hero, really. Oh, he had a Rosa. He has a boner for Rosa. let's move on with the mushiness and carry on with the story. Alright, so right-handed, we want so 29. That's the great bow. Yeah. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. 36. Okay, so left hand with the bow. Right hand with that. And yeah, 25 it is. $29, $25. So yeah, that'll work. Well, that's garbage. Stick with the wind. I think everyone's caught up here. Alright. Yeah, I didn't think that would take long. All my guys are pretty much like ready for the end of the game. Like leveled. So what do you have to tell us? the other crystals? Yeah, the hardest part of this game, I'd say, is the sealed cave, and that really is. I'm kind of glad I don't have to grind for it. I know. You know, and I think that's where my interest in animes kind of kicked in. BG, because it isn't just, you know, good guy, bad guy. There actually is a. I mean, depending on your villain, of course, but. There's more of a story to them. Well, to some of them that make them likable. But most of the villains you'll see in today's, at least as far as, you know. Oh, I suppose I can check out the treasure. It's just garbage. At least as far as the American stuff. Same with the Korean shows too. I mean, some of them. Hey, Bishop. Yeah. Americanizing these shows is a mistake. Let's try this. Well, I guess the question is it supposed to be talking to you? Because if it is, then I don't see a problem. Let's see. Hey there, Terry. Yeah, the notification for the stream, I didn't even hit Discord till I about started, so. I am trying to get to a Gart, I think it's called. Not there. Right there. Not too bad. Say, if you wanted to jump in, you have the I have the StreamYard down there. You should have the link already. If you wanted to jump in. Okay. Sounds good. I think I've already gone through most of this stuff. The Dwarven. Yeah, we tend to, I mean, yeah, Jacks get a little carried away, but, that's par for the course. This is always kind of a creepy part for me when I was a kid, but you know, those were the days. Hey, Pete. Ha! Nice. You can beat him before it becomes the big doll. I'm playing Final Fantasy IV, Pete. No, that is 7. Let's see. Where are the life ones? Life. Oh, it's right there. Hey, Keeper Dam. Yeah, that I did like Advent Children. Um, I thought it was pretty well done. The fight scene was a little bit dizzying. They moved that camera around a lot. All right. Well, they don't fit in the calendar there, Terry. Children fit in smaller spaces. Let's see here. Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I think we'll stick with a couple of carrots at least. Yeah, but I gotta say I did love the line. Was the tell me about the something you tell me about something you love because I want to take it away from you, something like that. I don't remember the line per thing, but yeah, I really love that line. Let's see. Actually, before I do, left hand. Oh. Silver, and we're good. I wonder. Let's try that too. Oh, that works for me. Rod, leather, that. Let's see, get rid of the silver stuff. hold on to the pass. Silver. All right. I gotta get some. Yeah. Since I can afford it. Great bow? I already had a great bow. Yeah, we'll stick with that one. Oh, flame it is. Which means I can probably put this back on. Yes. Yeah, that goes back on too. All right. I don't think they have those. That should be fine. Oh, yeah, I get that to her. Okay. I suppose I could have. Got that for you. No, I bought it when I found it. It was, I liked it. Let's see. Oh, did I? Yeah, oh. Yeah, I'll go for it. $32, and then you should have the rune one. Okay. All right, there we go. I think we're set. Oh, motherfucker, I just bought that thing. Yeah, I got a ways before I am done, so if you want to jump on in, yeah, you got the link. If anyone else wants to jump on, I can just shoot the link out there. Or Terry can, he's got it. Let's how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I felt better, but it's still going.
Good. Yes, I've been rather consumed with my quest to play every single fighting fantasy book / game. So that has been like most of what I've been doing for the last like month.
Nice.
It's gonna be weird when I finish. I'm gonna have to think of something else to do. I mean, I've got plenty of video games, but it's sort of like I've been doing this, like it's become a habit. It's like, I'm bored. I'm just gonna play through the next one.
Now, I think if I remember correctly, isn't the fighting fantasy the ones that kind of spawned the Final Fantasy series?
No, they're completely unrelated.
Oh, okay. I swear I can remember it was motivated by something that they noticed, or it was supposed to be called fighting fantasy, but
it might have been copyrighted.
It had already been taken.
But yeah, these are absolutely nothing to do with Final Fantasy. These are sort of, most of them are sort of like generic fantasy, sort of like goblins and orcs and things like that. Some of them got a bit more adventurous in their settings, but the majority were just that. But yeah, the game is essentially just rolling dice to see if you hit the monster. Hit it enough times, it dies. It hits you enough times, you die. It's very, very simple.
I know that there was, I think back when I was in high school, my dad bought one of these, computer discs that had like 8,000 games on it.
Oh wow! I remember.
And they're all like, just little window games that you just you click on them and then they don't really do much. I think Zork was on one of them, or Zorg.
Zork was good.
However it's called. I could not get it to cooperate. It's like, there's a dragon in the east. Where do you want to go? East. I can't understand what you're saying. I want to go east.
That was the problem with those games. Anything that had a parser, you had to be pretty precise in how you instructed it.
Yeah. I can't understand you.
There was do you remember Homestar Runner?
Homestar Runner? I don't think so.
Okay, it's like a web animation series, and one of the the episodes was this guy complaining about that. He's like, you can see the flask. You type get flask. It says you cannot get ye flask. And it's like, why not? I mean, so on TV tropes, that frustration of dealing with passes is actually called "You cannot get ye flask."
All right. Which way are we going?
I bought it but haven't played. You know, side quest, that thing, was it Chatmort and Magog and them all do?
Yeah.
They made a video game, so I bought it. I haven't played it yet, but I did buy it. Okay. BG is saying Final Fantasy was originally going to be fighting fantasy. And yes, the single player role playing book series is probably the ones I'm reading. They're not really role playing. I think that's a bit of an overstatement, but they're basically choose your own adventure books with dice rolling added in.
Nah.
It's the writing got a lot better as the series went on. Like, I'm up to book 55 now, and compared to book like 1 to 20, this is like way better written. But the game actually got worse. They found a way to make it even worse as the series progressed, so that was crazy.
All right. I have to change who goes where now. Let's see here. Put the women in the back where they belong. Dudes in the front.
Mm-hmm. Strike first.
Strike first, strike hard.
Hmm. I typically just mash the A button, just spam regular attacks until the fight's over.
Yeah, it's what you can do. At least until you get to your magic users. Because the magic users is kind of worthless offensively.
Yeah, but I'm kind of just banking on the others being strong enough to make up for it.
Yeah.
Rather than waste the magic points on like random encounters, I'd rather save them for the boss. So I just like, yeah, the mages are not going to do any damage on their default attack, but hopefully, like the warriors will do enough that it doesn't matter.
What do we have here? There we go.
I think it's funny that they tried to make the summons sort of like more like summons and less like damage spells, and I actually prefer it when they're just damage spells.
Yeah. I liked it, like, I think with, God, which one was it?
10 was where they started.
But, like...
In 10, you actually... oh, no, 10 there were still damage spells.
10...
No. 10 you control them.
Yeah, 10 you control them. I think it was 7 and 8. Well, 8... You had to equip the specific ones, but with 7 you can... Well, I mean, with 7 you kind of had to do that too.
Yeah, you had to equip the materia. But, yeah, in 10 you actually control them, whereas I like it better when there's just like this big fancy animation and like a dragon comes down, sets everything on fire, and then everything takes like 999 damage.
Yeah.
as opposed to, I mean, the summons were good. I mean, most of the later ones were really good in 10, but it was kind of just cool. Like you do Knights of the Round, and there's like 13 knights all taking a swipe at the enemy, and there's like half of Ruby Weapon's HP gone in a single
Yeah.
single one.
Wait, we want to go to ice. There we go. More ice.
And then I think 13, you also controlled them, didn't you?
Kind of.
I mean, as much as you controlled any of the fighting in that game, that was
Yeah.
a bad combat system.
Yeah, it was.
All you can do is change what class your characters are. You don't get to. I mean, you could like actually enter like attacks for the one that you were controlling, but the others were just on auto.
Yeah.
And most of the time, it was better to just mash the auto attack with your character too, because it did like. If it knew the weakness of the enemy, the auto attack would make sure it cast spells that targeted that weakness. So all that happened if you took the time to think of it yourself is you wasted a bunch of time. You could have just mashed A and it would have done the right attack for you.
Yeah. I think the only thing that I really when you got to Pulse, that's when the game started to get good, and it was too late in the game to like.
Way too late. I guarantee you tell anyone, no. After 30 hours, it gets good.
Yeah.
People are not going to say, oh, well, in that case, I'll stick it out.
Yeah, no, it. I was so pissed by the time you get there. And then, of course, if you wanted to, if you could, not really if you wanted to, you didn't have much of an option. But, you want to go further, you can just jump up to this one part of the map. And they're like, oh yeah, you can just fight this guy and get it done with.
I remember that the giant turtles, adamantoises, I think they're called.
Yeah.
They weren't immune to the death spell. So even though they were like massively more powerful than your team, you could just spam death spells until one of them works.
Yeah. Same with the the turtles, like the adamantoises, and like the big old dinosaur things.
The behemoths?
Yeah. Well, they had were those the adamantoises, like the giant brontosaurus type things?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I think I walked up to one of those and I'm like, I wonder if I can fight this thing. Lo and behold, there he is. Congratulations.
BG says, problem is Square Enix is trying to chase Western audiences without understanding them, so they kind of shot themselves in the foot with both Japanese and the Western audience. Well, I haven't liked any Final Fantasy since 10, so I guess I agree. I didn't like 12, didn't like 13, I didn't like 15, and I didn't play any of the MMOs because they're MMOs.
A friend of mine bought me 15, and I still haven't touched it.
I would say if you pretend that it's not named Final Fantasy and it's like generic RPG, you'll probably enjoy it more because you won't have the same expectations that you'd have from a Final Fantasy game.
Well, I did play the demo.
Okay.
So I'm not... Yeah, it's... I kind of... I think I struggled to keep my guys healthy because I didn't have the food.
Yeah. No, I absolutely hate the direction the series has gone in. I want turn-based to come back. I don't think it ever should have
absolutely.
left.
Absolutely.
I think Final Fantasy X got the combat system perfect, where it's turn-based, but your agility or speed or whatever it was called determines how frequently you have a turn.
Yeah.
So it's not like Final Fantasy 1 where every character gets one turn each round. It's like if you use an agility spell, you might get 4 attacks in a row if you're up against a really slow enemy. But I thought that was the perfect combat system for a Final Fantasy game, and then they said no, we want to go an action RPG direction. It's like, well, bye.
Well, and action RPGs aren't bad, but they have to be done correctly.
Yeah, but again, this comes back to expectations from a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed Secret of Mana, and that's an action RPG.
Yeah.
But if it was called Final Fantasy: The Secret of Mana, then it'd be like, the fuck is this? Why isn't it turn-based?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And with the remake, I was kind of expecting it to be. Well, when I saw the first release, I'm like, okay, so this is going to be action or is it going to be turn-based? And they're like, oh, you can treat it like it's turn-based.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that sounds like if you could do an action RPG setting with a turn-based option, that'd be fine. I would be okay with that. But their turn-based, quote-unquote turn-based option is not even close to being turn-based.
Yeah, I actually got my hopes up when they said that, and then I saw the reviews, and everyone was like, there is no turn-based option. Don't believe them.
Yeah, the turn-based option is, here, let's just do all this crap for you, and then you can pick a spell.
Yeah. Pete says 15 wasn't too bad. I'll be honest, I enjoyed the driving the most out of that entire game. Like, if you just get, what's his name, Ignis, to drive, and then just listen to the radio, because it's got all the classic Final Fantasy songs from the entire series. It's like, this is what I enjoy. And then we get to the destination. It's like, all right, let's slog through some content so I can get back to drive.
It's like, also, can't wait to get back to that car. Yeah, Dad's dead, whatever. Get back to the car.
Yeah. But it also had the problem that the story was incomplete. You had to watch some movie to fully understand the plot, and I never saw the movie. I didn't really know the characters or care about them.
I watched the movie, and I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
So it didn't help.
So yeah, because you're supposed to. I understand that you're supposed to look at the character and be like, okay, I sympathize with this character, but jack shit about the character.
Yeah.
The joke I think I heard was it's just 4 guys late for a bachelor party or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I have no idea who these people are and why I should care about them.
Yeah, no, that was my problem too. BG says most games that try to be action and turn-based fails with at least one of them. Often both, but usually one is much better than the other. And yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's not for me, but the action RPG side of it looks a lot better than what I've heard people try and describe the turn-based as.
Yeah.
Which sounds like basically automated combat to a large degree.
Yeah.
Now, I might still do the turn-based because if I were to play it, the only thing I'd be playing it for is the story, because I don't want to play that combat system. That looks terrible.
Do you remember Chrono Cross?
Vaguely.
That is the combat system.
Okay, well,
for the remake.
I remember not liking Chrono Cross, and I don't remember. Oh, I remember there were way too many characters in Chrono Cross.
Yeah.
To the point I don't.
And
the only one I remember is Glenn because that was Frog.
And I thought that Suikoden had too many characters. Chrono Cross has way too many. Like,
yeah, and to the point that what do you have to meaningfully distinguish the characters from each other? Like, what makes this character different from this character? If you've got like 100 characters, the distinction between them kind of just blends away.
And the one thing I really actually didn't like about it is that it built up a character that you never use again.
Yeah.
Like he'll get you through one hard part, and then it's just like, well, fuck this guy. I'll see you later.
Well, the thing I found with it is once they join your team, they exit the story. I was like, they're a character in the story, then you recruit them, then they're just generic character.
They're placeholders.
What's that?
They're placeholders.
Yeah, and like the only way to tell, like they all had the same dialogue, but they all had a different verbal tick. Like one might lisp, one might speak in like old English,
like a pirate.
Yeah, but they said the exact same words. Like if you save and reload and just change your team, the exact same dialogue. It's just they have different affectations on their speech.
Yeah.
So ooh. So no, Chrono Cross I did not like. Chrono Trigger is still amazing.
Yes.
That is like... It's definitely the best Super Nintendo RPG. I'm struggling to think of many that would be better than it, to be honest.
Yeah.
People say Final Fantasy VI, but no way. It doesn't come close.
No. Yeah, yeah, definitely not.
I mean, I liked the first half of Final Fantasy VI. But even the first half, which is the good half, not as good as Chrono Trigger.
Stop attacking me. 3 motions, 3 attacks. It's a good thing my guys are overpowered.
Yes. What level are your guys at now?
Let's take a look as soon as I get this thing loaded. 71, 65, 60, 63, 62.
That seems quite high.
Yeah, usually by now they're like 40.
Yeah.
And that's like with some grinding.
BG says he tended to like Western CRPGs more than JRPGs. Depends on the game. I mean, I liked Baldur's Gate quite a bit, but I never got into Icewind Dale in the same way. And Neverwinter Nights was kind of like just sitting in the middle there. But I liked Fallout 1 and 2. And then Fallout 3 wasn't an RPG.
let's see here. As far as RPG goes, let's say for one of the first computer ones I played was Ultima.
Okay.
I think it was Ultima 9 or something like that. And it was fun moving around the town, but I did jack shit when I was there.
Yeah.
I think I died regardless of what I did. Actually, Dungeon Master 2 was one that a friend of mine lent me. He copied and gave me a copy.
Okay.
And then I started playing, and I didn't have any instructions with it, so I'm like, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so I'm dying, but at least as I'm having fun dying, which is odd.
Yeah.
And then I spent the first I'd say the first good few hours just hitting trees with my weapons until I could find out kind of what the control scheme was. And then finding magic, that was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I think I own the entire Ultima series on GOG, and I've played none of them ever. I think I got them in a bundle or something, and it's like, sure, why not? And then I just never played them.
GOG is alright. I can't stream anything that they have. Just because... Well, when I try to load it, it won't share the screen with... I tried it with Might and Magic 6. And, and whenever I, leave the game to bring up the screen, the game is too old to run in a window.
Yeah, it needs to be in DOSBox.
Yeah. And since it won't run in a window without completely screwing up the picture quality, it won't run.
That sucks. GOG does one thing that I think is absolutely awesome, which is you can link basically every online video game store to it. So if I go into GOG, I can see the games I have on Origin, on Steam, on Uplay, on GOG, of course. And so I could move over to GOG in that respect, and it would be good. The only problem is they don't have a lot of the things I like about Steam. Steam is a better service, except for that one thing that GOG does. And I agree with BG. I liked Fallout 1 more than Fallout 2.
I tried New Vegas, and I got killed by a rabid dog, and that was pretty much the end of my game.
Yeah, everything post 3, well, including 3, I should say, was so different to Fallout 1 and 2. I don't know how they get away with calling them the same series. I actually found Wasteland 2, which is the only one I played in the series. That was closer to Fallout 1 and 2 than Fallout 3 was.
Huh.
But Fallout New Vegas was good. A lot of people say it's their favorite of the newer ones, but I don't know. One and 2 are actual Fallout, and then 3 is Bethesda'd up.
Yeah. What do we got here? Tier 2.
Oh, the soundtrack in 3 is pretty cool though. I did like the music with all the like songs from the 40s and 50s or whatever.
Yeah. Not overpowered at all.
BG said, problem is Steam copyrighted everything, so everyone is trying to play catch up while making things different enough. That and developers are having hissy fits about review pages. I mean, Steam is kind of sensible to copyright their stuff, I guess. I mean, I'd be surprised if they didn't.
Yeah, it's their stuff, so it's really kind of...
Yeah. I mean, I get that it kind of sucks for the competitors. And I would like to see maybe GOG raise in the rankings a bit, but because like fuck Uplay and Origin, because no one likes EA or Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Whereas CD Projekt Red still has some semblance of a reputation.
If you have a Ubisoft Uplay account, it's because you're forced to.
Yes, exactly. That is exactly the reason that I have one. I wanted to play Heroes of Might and Magic 6, I think it was. And you can buy it on Steam, but if you do, it just launches in Uplay.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I probably should have read that was going to happen on the store page before I bought it. It's the same with Dragon Age Inquisition. It's like, I bought it on Steam. It's like, yeah, have fun launching it in Origin. Yeah, god damn it. And it wasn't even a good game. Dragon Age Inquisition was so bad.
I have Dragon Age 2. Oh no, I have Dragon Age Origins.
So, Dragon Age Origins is the one that people like. Dragon Age 2, I really liked Dragon Age 2, but general opinion is that it was, well, because it was so rushed and so many corners were cut, a lot of people don't really like it. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. And then Dragon Age Inquisition is just dog shit. BG says, yeah, it's also why Netflix is still heads and tails better interface than any other streaming service. Copyrights for the win. I have noticed that. I did sign up to a different streaming service because I wanted to watch, what's it called, The Twilight Zone. And their setup was so terrible. It's like, it's not worth it. Cancel the subscription. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not signed up to anything like Netflix anymore. I kind of realized I wasn't watching any of the stuff on it. So like, why am I wasting my money?
Okay, how are you going to direct him? He's already been destroyed. Oh, I see. Never mind. Well, and then one thing I've realized with playing like Suikoden, when you... I made it so that I got max experience from a fight.
Yeah.
And I discovered that and everything is based on your statistics. So,
Oh, okay.
like even the the tactical part of the thing, it's not something like where they have a preset stat that your guy has. If they need your guy to die, they'll make it so your guy dies.
Fair. I don't like when they do that, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty common in games. Pete says, did you guys ever play Dragon's Lair? I did. That game is hard.
I wasted so much money on that stupid shit.
I even bought it on Steam. And you can turn on easy mode, where it actually tells you which direction you're supposed to hit. And it's still hard. It's tubby. Okay, so BG is recommending Tubi, Tubby, something like that.
Tubi, yeah.
It seems to be free, which is a good price.
Yeah, it's if you have an Amazon Prime account, though, a lot of the shows are still on there. Like they're on Amazon Prime as well.
Yeah, I don't have Amazon Prime. I don't have any of those services because I wasn't watching Netflix and I was like, well, why am I paying for it? So I stopped. And what's it's strange. It's already got recommendations, even though it doesn't know what I like. It's like I'm not watching any of this shit.
Based on what you like, we recommend Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Well, we've got Operation Repo, All Things Fair, Crimes That Shook Australia, Forensic Files, Prison Girls, Life Inside, World's Most Evil Killers. It's like, okay, I sense a theme.
So you're saying that Australia is a penal colony?
Evidently, they know I'm in Australia and they will only recommend crime-related things.
Hey, Joshua.
Oh, wow. It recommends Wife Swap Australia. How did they know? And Joshua says, based OG Final Fantasy.
I think I went the wrong way.
So, I don't think it counts as OG. I mean, it's the fourth, not the first.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Kyle who played the first one. Oh, yeah. No, I got the tower key. I am going the right way. Yeah, I think he's on 2 now.
Oh, 2 is the worst.
And
2 is so bad.
I told him, like, in the beginning, like, you're gonna probably spend some off time grinding. Like,
yeah. Well, that's the problem with 2 is the way the grinding works is like you use your stats to build them up. It's sort of like from what I understand, it's similar to Elder Scrolls where so that means if you want more hit points, you basically have to get into a fight and hit yourself over and over and over again until your maximum HP goes up.
Yeah.
I was like, this is stupid.
But yeah, and you have to hit yourself and not kill yourself?
Yes, of course, you can't kill yourself.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, that was a terrible, terrible game. 3 I couldn't get into, but it was not bad. It's just too old. Like the NES games are just not good to play in current year.
Yeah.
Well, something called Idiot TV. How Not to Live.
Idiot TV. Okay.
I'm almost curious enough to click on it. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I didn't know. I mean, I think I'd heard that there was a cartoon, but I know it as a card game. So, oh, this sounds. The movie called Call Me Brother. Family reunions can be hard, and it's two people in a bathtub. So I think they're recommending incest porn to me.
Oh, okay.
I am
I am. It's called what?
It was called. I'll go back to it. Call Me Brother, and it says family reunions can be hard. And there's a man and a woman in a bathtub together. So I'm going to make sure never to watch that because that sounds disgusting.
Yep. That is pretty much exactly what it looks like. Let's see.
I'll give it a miss.
Lisa and Tony are sister and brother who grew up separately are reunited for one weekend, growing closer than they ever had before.
Yeah. No. I think this might be cuties, but with incest instead of pedophilia.
Oh, good lord. Well, let's see, born in 94. So at the very least, they're of age, but it's still incest stuff, so like...
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, instead of pedophilia, it's incest, but it's the same kind of creepy movie. 3D says they have a ton of anime, but most is subtitled. I don't watch much anime.
Yeah, I was watching this one. I figured I was gonna check it out at least while I was deciding whether or not to stream tonight. It's called To Your Eternity.
Okay.
And the first episode, like, because the way the first the series was described, it's, you know, a boy and a wolf meet, and both realize there's more to each other than meets the eye. And so I'm thinking there's kind of like this supernatural, like, you know, boy and wolf thing, like, not bestiality stuff. It's just like they're gonna be like fighting evil spirits and shit like that, you know, typical anime stuff. And that is not even close to what happens. Like,
I used to watch the Pokemon anime. That was an anime that I saw, and I saw, was it 1 or 2 episodes of, I can never remember the name, but the short girl with big tits that Vince and Gabby post pictures of, or used to post pictures of all the time.
Something Chan wants to hang out or something like that.
That's it, yeah. So I saw a couple of episodes of that one because I was watching Vince and Gabby stream, and that's what they were streaming. And I used to watch the Pokemon anime as a kid. I think that's about it. The only ones I've seen.
Do I want to go back up or do I want to go down? I don't remember. Yeah, BG, it's definitely... Yeah.
Yeah, that's one I'll be giving a miss. I can live without seeing the incestuous comedy.
What? You've never seen the incestuous No. No. No, I haven't.
It's recommending 21 Jump Street to me. So, if I want to relive the 90s...
I heard it was good, but no. I haven't seen it.
I think I watched maybe 1 or 2 episodes as a kid because I remember the theme song. I can remember the 21 Jump Street. But I don't remember any
the TV show?
Episodes. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the movie.
No. This is... I'm assuming it's a TV show. It's got Johnny Depp in it.
Oh.
And it says 1991 is when it came out. So.
Oh, so that must be the yeah.
But yeah, I remember the theme song. I don't remember anything that happened in any of the episodes. So I'm guessing I watched it at least a little bit, but yeah. Oh, Mr. Bean's on here. That's cool. I found one thing that I'm actually like. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Can't go wrong with Mr. Bean.
I actually think Mr. Bean is Rowan Atkinson's worst show, but Rowan Atkinson's worst is still really good. So
yeah, no, it's like listening to a CD, and it's like, oh, that's the worst song, but it's still a good song.
Yeah, I think Rowan Atkinson did Blackadder was way better than Mr. Bean. The Thin Blue Line was better than Mr. Bean in my opinion, though that's probably a bit more contentious. Not the 9 o'clock news was better than Mr. Bean. Like everything he did was better than Mr. Bean, but Mr. Bean is still good because he's Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah.
What else do we have on here? Some Gordon Ramsay thing, so I won't be watching that.
Alright, can I just cast exit? Yes, thank God. No, I can't. Shit.
Browse.
Can we cast Warp?
BG says there's some good stuff in there, but yeah, like Netflix, it's buried in the garbage. Seems to be the case. Scrolling through, I have not seen much besides Mr. Bean that I'd be even remotely interested in.
Alright, let's play the skip button here. Skip.
Let's go classics. Let's see what they consider classics. Okay, they're going too far back.
Let's see here.
They're going back to like the 40s. So classics is a bit too far back for me. So let's try their comedies. Hmm.
So yeah, it looks like I am going back down.
Well, I'm not seeing anything in the comedy section that looks. Oh, okay. Garfield and Friends. I found the second show that I. So there's Mr. Bean and there's Garfield and Friends. Okay, we've got two. Um, but that was like I used to really like Garfield and Friends as a kid. I used to watch like I used to race home from school so I could watch it, kind of thing.
Yeah, that was on my kid list.
I don't know how well it holds up. I haven't watched it in 20 odd years.
Yeah.
Probably more. Yeah, probably 30 years. Um, but I loved it as a kid, so hopefully it's still good. And I've now scrolled through everything that comes up on the comedy page, and there is two. Mr. Bean and Garfield. That's it. That's my lot. So I appreciate the recommendation, but I don't think Tubi is for me.
Yeah, there's a. I was trying to get my wife to watch a few movies, and she's like, "We should just watch these," and I'm like, "Or I can acquire them a different way." and her daughter, my stepdaughter's like, "Oh, okay," and she's like, "Is it illegal?" And I go, "Not necessarily."
Maybe.
I go, "Not technically." And she goes, "We're not stealing movies." I'm like, "Well, it's not stealing. It's borrowing.
Copying.
We're borrowing a movie. From who? I don't know." like,
Whoever set up the torrent, I guess. But
unless I sell it to someone, it's technically not stealing.
well, I found TV comedies is a separate section, so we'll see what comes up in there. Oh, The Color of Magic. Okay.
The Color of Magic.
I was a Terry Pratchett fan. I will probably be interested in The Color of Magic. Inspector Gadget. I don't think that's worth watching as an adult.
The movie or the TV show?
The TV show. The cartoon from the 80s.
Gotcha.
Okay, so whose line is it anyway? I mean, maybe it had its moments. The Lucy Show. Yeah, no thanks.
Yep. Nope.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say no. I it might be fun scrolling through and looking at things and laughing at how bad they are, but I don't think I'm gonna be getting much value out of Tubby. Cult classics.
I like this scene because it cuts the scene before like they hit the wall.
Hmm.
Because the underground map isn't that big, and so they're like, "Oh, well, we're supposed to be doing this huge chase scene in this underground cave," and it's like, "Oh, we can't shake him," and it's like it just shows you running into the wall. It's like, no shit, you can't shake him. You just flew into the fucking wall.
Here we go. Reefer Madness. If I want to watch that, that's available.
Oh God, that movie's so ridiculous.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
I remember watching that when I was a kid.
And apparently, Satan's School for Girls is a movie that exists.
That is a Jack Cochran film right there.
I'm
If he has not seen that movie, it would.
pretty sure he has.
It would surprise me.
I would put money on the fact that he's seen it.
And Sid just went Allahu Akbar.
Well, what else is on here? Everyone's favorite category, LGBTQ. So if you want to watch gay stuff, there's a category just for you. And yes, BG says they have Dolomite. I did see that on there as well. So when they say stand-up comedy, what they mean is Jeff Dunham.
Nice.
So there's Jeff Dunham's Very Special Christmas, Jeff Dunham Arguing with Myself, Jeff Dunham Controlled Chaos, Spark of Insanity. So yes, if you like Jeff Dunham, then like all of his specials are on here, and that's kind of it. There are.
He used to perform in Missoula all the time because his daughter went to school there.
Well, if you scroll down, there are other people. It's just the beginning is like all Jeff Dunham, so it just sort of seemed a bit weird.
It's the draw.
Yeah, there's Lewis Black. He's pretty good. More Jeff Dunham because you need more. Bernie Mac, Jim Gaffigan, Christopher Titus. So there's some decent names in here.
Titus released all his stuff on YouTube.
Cool. I may not like him as a person, but he was pretty funny.
Yeah, his stand-up's really good.
I think the only one I've seen is Norman Rockwell is Bleeding. And that was like redundant for me to watch because I'd also seen every episode of the TV show Titus.
Yeah.
And like Titus is just Norman Rockwell is Bleeding broken up into episodes.
Yeah. Let's see.
Liza Schlesinger? I don't know. I know that I've seen one of her things because you put it on a torture stream.
Not Eliza's.
Oh, okay. I swear I recognize the name from somewhere then.
I
just assumed
we've talked about comedian. Her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just assumed female comedian. I saw it on your stream. Jim Brewer. There's a whole bunch of people I don't know. Yeah, okay. So some of the stand-up is decent. I'll give it that. But yeah, I think I'll close the tab. I think I'm done with it. Oh, they have the film Teeth, says BG.
Teeth, huh?
I don't know that one.
Is that the mouthy vagina one?
But now that you've said that, it does sound familiar. And BG says, yeah, it was the mouthy vagina.
I see. It's a different way to get to the same spot. So in that case, no. You thought wrong, sir. Now, I was thinking about doing 7 Days to Die, but I was like, no, I haven't done this one in a while, so I'll get back to that.
Well, if you ever want me to not watch a stream, streaming 7 Days to Die is a good way to do it. I am of the mind it is probably a lot more fun to play than to watch, but yeah, it's very boring to watch.
No, I was thinking about doing a giveaway one of these times.
Oh yeah.
And just give away just random games throughout a stream.
Cool.
But yeah, gotta have the money to do that first, so that's kind of a big step.
Well, you could do cheap games like the $1 and $2 range.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I was thinking just a couple of like a couple cheap like more bigger quantities of the cheaper games, and then just like 1 or 2 of the more expensive.
And then I'll try and win them, just because even though I've probably already owned them, I just deny everyone else from having access to them. PG says a 50% chance of me or Terry winning. It's, yeah.
Silver, so yeah, I can buy that stuff. Actually. Head and arms.
I actually had a rage quit moment, was it yesterday or the day before? I was playing a game called Melty Blood, and it's like, it's a fighting game, and it's not a very good one. Like, a lot of people really like it, but it's not.
Yes, I saw it on your watch list. I watched the trailer and I'm like, okay, this is somewhat interesting.
Well, I haven't played the new Melty Blood. This is like the old one.
Oh, okay.
That I was playing, and like, it was fine except for the boss. The final boss was so annoying. I was like, fuck this game, and I uninstalled it.
Shield, this guy.
And I do have the new Melty Blood installed, because my plan was to finish the game with all the characters in the old one, so I'd understand the story going into the second one. Problem is, I finished it with about half of the characters. I don't have the faintest idea what the story is, because it is badly translated from Japanese. And I'm willing to bet it didn't make much sense in the original Japanese either. There's something to do with vampires, I think.
Okay.
And some sort of like simulation of reality or dream world or something like that. It didn't make sense. And Pete agrees that 7 Days to Die is fun to play, but not to watch. Well, I've never played it, so full disclosure, I haven't played it, but I am willing to accept that it's probably fun, but it's not a good watch.
Yeah, I was playing 7 Days last time, and I went through a horde night, got a bunch of stuff built up. I'm like, yeah, I can probably quit here, restart once the guys join me. And as soon as I shut down the game, went off doing ran some errands with the wife, and I came back and I sat at the computer and I put my headphones on and I'm like, what does it sound like? There's still like birds chirping and all this other bullshit going on. And then I realized that the game had not shut off.
Uh-huh.
And so I was sitting in in the base, and I got killed in the base, and it when you get killed, your backpack, which is all your stuff there, it drops and you have to go back and get your stuff.
Yeah.
Well, so much time had passed that it's like, oh, well, I'm just going to disappear this from the map altogether.
Yeah.
And yeah, I lost a lot of stuff that's like really hard to get unless you like happen to randomly find it. And so I'm like, okay, this is bad. And then I saw what they did to the base. And I'm like, well, this is fucked. I'm just going to stop this and I'm going to start another one over again.
Fair enough.
So
you couldn't reload a save? They don't let you do that?
No, it's auto-saved.
Oh, okay.
And what had ended up happening is they ended up coming into the base because we had a 3x3 grid of chests so that we can put some stuff up there for like forging and whatnot. And our medical equipment was in the middle, and a lot of our clothing and stuff was in the right. We had a bunch of stuff for like a chem station and the bottom, and they came up, and there was a mini horde, and they came through, and usually they just attack the base of the fort. Yeah. Well, they had worked their way up the stairs, and they found me, killed me, and then on their way out, they bust through everything.
Ooh.
And so they tore all of our like our forge and all that stuff. They ripped that thing apart. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is. I'm not gonna have the guys come back to this. Like.
It's a BG says, you expected a fighting game to have a coherent story, especially a Japanese one. Not a coherent story, an entertaining story. Like, Blaze Blue has an amazing story. I don't understand much of anything that happens in it, but Ragnar is awesome. Rachel is hilarious. There's a lot of really cool characters, and just seeing them be dicks to each other is entertaining. Melty Blood didn't even have that. It was like too badly translated, so I couldn't follow anything. At least Blaze Blue had an English translation.
Yeah, usually when I watched Monkey and Satsu play 7 Days, it was primarily just to see who all was in chat and talk to people in chat.
I have never watched Monkey or Satsu play a video game. They keep picking games I don't care about.
Yeah.
And Satsu actually called me a liar, which I took great offense to, because I said that if he streams Uno, I will watch him. And he said, no, you won't. Yes, I fucking will. That would be hilarious. But no, he declined to play Uno, and he called me a liar for suggesting I would watch him do it.
He must not like Uno.
Well, I think that was the joke. I think I forget the context, but yeah, I was like, you should play Uno, or someone had mentioned Uno, and I was like, well, look, you play it, I'll watch. And I was like, no, you won't. It's the same with Moonshot. If he plays Super Seducer, I am a man of my word. I will watch him. He just refuses to do it. Yeah, Monkey never plays games that I'm interested in, which is a shame. Like Raft didn't look interesting to me. 7 Days, not interested. Forget what else he's played.
To be honest, Raft seems like 7 Days, but on water.
Yeah, well, it was not anything that sounded interesting to me. So, I think he played Red Dead Redemption 2, which I didn't like the first one. I was so surprised that I didn't like it, because I thought GTA on horseback, cool. But no, I just couldn't get into it. And Pete, if you want an Uno stream, I am up for an Uno stream.
Yeah, I'd be game.
Yeah, Monkey tends to play survival games or action games, mainly shooters. Yeah, that's sort of not my field of interest, so yeah, that's kind of, I never watch him.
Yeah, every time that he's just like, yeah, I'm going to play Phasmophobia. And then I'm like, all right, because I'd never, got to play with Monkey anytime I've ever been awake while he has, and play Phasmophobia. And I got my opportunity. I got a few opportunities to, and then he's like, I'm feeling dizzy. I'm gonna call it a night. Well, son of a bitch. Like,
I don't like Phasmophobia that much either. It was kind of cool, like, at first, just watching you guys, but it gets very repetitive.
Yeah. It's a game I can play it. But I can only play it for so long.
Yeah.
Before it's like, all right, the thrill's gone.
And Pete says Red Dead is a classic, so is Red Dead 2. I'm surprised you don't like it. Like, I'm surprised I don't like it. Like I bought it fully expecting that I was going to play it as much as I played GTA 4, which is I think the most recent GTA game when Red Dead came out, the first one. Um, but yeah, I was like, oh man, I love GTA, so this is like more of that, but on a horse instead. It's like I couldn't get into it. I have Tabletop Simulator. I don't know what board games anyone here would want to play. Uh, if that's for Uno, I mean, there's like an Uno game on Steam that would be better for us to play. Blast you!
Or after the crystal. Oh, crybaby. Oh, get specific with your cures there.
Thanks, girl. You are cute too.
Yeah.
Tell me why so write this dialogue.
Yeah, it's pretty cheese.
Yeah.
Well, really? Okay. Well, I guess that's that then. Did I sell the stuff off? Yeah, I did. Shouldn't have done that.
I think it's funny that like the secret passages are like plainly visible.
Yeah. Sneak. Well, you suck then.
I saw you fighting gold bears earlier, and I thought you must be near the end of the game.
Yeah, not quite yet. There's still, let's see, after this, there is still going up to the moon, and then returning from the moon, and then going back up to the moon. Yeah, and yeah, I think we ended after that.
I thought it was funny. The character Teller, I wasn't paying much attention, and I thought you'd put Hellcat backwards. And then I realized, no, that's just the guy's name.
Don't care, I'm running. Oh, God, stop it.
What's up?
No, just they keep fighting me.
Oh, right.
It's like, even this kind of gets to a point where it's like, all right, take it easy there, Tiger.
Yeah. One of the best things they added in 10 was the no encounters ability. So you could just turn off the random encounters once you got to a certain part of the game.
Yeah, they actually had that in 8 as well.
Oh, did they? Cool. 10 is the one I played the most, so that's the one I think of. But it's cool that they had that in 8, probably 9 as well then.
Well, and,
no, it was really useful.
And 6, I guess, but they only had it for Mog.
Oh, okay. No, in 10 it was just like when you customized weapons, that was one of the things you could customize onto it.
Alright, which one's which? Let's click on Gandhi. Well, that didn't work.
Well, you did 1 damage to each of them. Just do that a few hundred times and you'll be done.
Only a few hundred.
Well, a few thousand probably. Don't know how many hit points they've got, but...
Well, that didn't work very well either.
The shurikens.
Wow, you suck.
They seem to be rather resistant to all elemental damage.
There we go. Let's see, is this... Oh, okay, well. Axe it is.
I just saw the time. It must be like really early in the morning or like something crazy for you.
It is 2:30. 2:40 almost.
Yeah, that's that's not a time that I would be awake. Or rather, I'd probably be awake but not in bed. But in bed. I'd be in bed and like trying to get to sleep. It takes me a long time to get to sleep.
Well, it depends on the night for me. It's I got a nap earlier, so it's kind of... Although, how long have we been going? Almost
A few hours?
I'll
Is
get...
it, two and a bit, 2.25?
I'll see what I have left to do on this, and then we will decide what we're going to do from there.
Sure.
I think once I get past this section, I'm just going to call it.
Fair enough. I mean, 2 hours is generally a good time limit for a stream.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because when you guys started the corner, I'm just like, as soon as I saw it was going to be Jackbox stream, I'm just like, my son's like, oh, they're doing Jackbox. I'm like, yeah, and we're not watching. Like,
good call.
I'm like, yeah, I don't want you guys taking this shit home to your mom. Like,
no. that would be rather terrible.
So yeah, I was like, yeah, we're just gonna.
Can you imagine, Mommy? What's a nigger? Oh man, yeah. You would be too dead to ever stream again if that happened.
Yeah, there's no coming back from that. It's already bad enough that I think that Give Me My Nuggies bitch is going to be somehow dropped already, and I'm like, I don't know if I can. I don't know if my insurance is going to cover that.
I forget the exact scenario, but I remember they were playing Among Us and someone said something, and you're like, "Kids here, the kids here." This is like, oops. I think it was Camel.
Yeah.
And said something.
Yeah, I don't remember. Oh yeah, people just started dropping the F-bomb left and right. I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, did you guys know there's a 14-year-old here? Oh shit. Like, yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, man.
And Pete, no worries. You don't have to type in chat if you're on the way to McDonald's. You're excused. Like a 14-year-old hasn't heard worse at school, says BG.
That's true.
But it's also plausible deniability. You don't want them to say, "Oh no, I was with Dad.
I learned it from watching you."
He says, except maybe from Terry. I don't know what you're talking about.
Although this is coming from a kid who we were playing. Oh shit, what was it? Dictionarium.
Oh yeah.
And he came up with Smeagol my butthole. So
I remember that.
like, and I'm like, oh well, he's got quite the imagination on him.
I think I was playing. Oh
yeah, you were playing with us that time. I think it was a kind of a late birthday stream for the kids.
Yeah, I forget the exact situation, but yeah, that phrase I distinctly remember seeing it in Dictionarium. So,
because I just remember looking at my older son because I thought he's the one that put it.
Yeah,
and I'm like, how, where, like, like, and then the youngest one's his name pops up, and I just look at him, and he just grins. And that's all. All right, kid. We're gonna have a talk.
It's been a bit disappointing. The quality of the Jackbox party packs. I mean, the most recent one was had a couple of good ones, but a few really terrible ones too.
Yeah.
You never did go back to Party Pack 2, did you? Like you were going to do the play through all of them and then kind of just.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to, but I haven't been feeling well, so I wanted to kind of see how things were going before I.
Yeah, fair enough.
Carried on, because, yeah, I mean, it took me. It took me like an hour to even get up the energy to stream tonight.
Oh, fair enough.
Well, not really the energy, like just trying not to throw up.
Yeah.
Yeah, is a.
This has been going on a while, so it seems like it's
2 months.
Yeah, because I thought it would be like an upset stomach. It seems like it's pretty persistent if it's gone for 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's really funny because I put in for a change of employment at work because I don't want to be on a call and throw up like I actually have on Friday. And I'm like, she's like, well, my boss, she goes, well, you haven't been here a year. So I don't feel confident that, you can get to this job. And I'm like, the reason why I'm even asking you is because I have to.
Yeah.
Like, if I was here the year, I wouldn't have to ask you.
Yeah.
Like, I could just apply. Like, the reason why they want your permission is because I haven't been there a year.
Yeah.
Like, what part of that do you not understand?
That confusion is so annoying in these games when you hit your own teammates. But yeah, there's a. Do you know what's causing it? Why you've been sick for 2 months?
No. I have a consult on Monday morning.
Okay.
And then
because I know it's not COVID because they told you that.
Yeah.
And they didn't care what it was. They just it's not COVID. We're happy.
Yeah.
A K Eblin and a Q Eblin.
Yeah, king and queen.
What?
Because their names are insignificant, apparently.
We don't know that it's king and queen. It might be Kevin and Quincy. Hasn't Johnny caught COVID a few times already? Have you?
No. Actually. I was thinking that I did because when I worked at my night job, a few of the clients there caught COVID. And they were thinking that I was thinking I did then. But the tests didn't come back. I'll just go with Medio.
We're no longer human. Yeah, I can tell. You don't look human.
You're a giant ape creature with dragon wings. I don't think you're
Yes.
human anymore.
No.
And mom's like
I
a bee or something.
yeah, it looks like a snake or something to me. But yeah, I honestly I have no idea if I've caught COVID or not. It's possible. Uh, if I did, I didn't notice it.
No, mommy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was exposed, but I never caught it.
I think the whole thing's overblown anyway.
Yeah.
I think if you're our age, you probably don't have too much to worry about it, unless you've got like severe uh, other issues compounding the problem. Rage drew out Edge's hidden powers.
Yeah. I think it's funny how like, oh, you can level up here and get stuff. And then it's like, oh yeah, I'm mad. Now I'm gonna get the rest of my I got the rest of my abilities.
That's all it took. No one thought to make him mad before.
Let's see. Oh, that doesn't do shit.
Ooh, Rubicant. Glare. What kind of attack is glare? He just looks at you.
It's yeah. Pretty much. Yep. And whenever they're closed, he's gonna counterattack. So let's see. Yeah, there we are.
Oh, that was quick. BG said he had a nasty lingering cold right before hearing about COVID in his area. So,
Well, and that's why I think I had already gotten it. Because I think around the time when I was working in one of the group homes, and then my boss goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, you're going to be stuck at this group home for a while because everyone has it." Oh, nice.
did he do the everyone who hasn't been exposed to COVID, please take a step forward? Not so fast, guys.
Yeah. Well, one of the group homes that actually they were told, because it was when the lockdown first happened, and it's really funny because everyone's like we're taking it pretty seriously, at the start.
Yes.
And I guess they had this huge fucking party. Like, oh, we're not going to do any of this bullshit. No, we're going to have this huge party. And one of the staff there had caught it. And then all of the staff there had caught it.
Nice.
And then it went from the staff to the client. And then the clients to the other clients. And so on and so forth.
Yep.
And yeah. Then by then, half the group homes pretty much had to quarantine their clients. And yeah, it's like, you guys are fucking retarded.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be taking care of the people who are. Like...
Ooh, crystals. Crystals are always good in these games.
Yeah, those are the crystals, but those are the ones we need. I find it hilarious that you get her to learn Medio before you can get her to learn Fire.
Yeah. Because it's a story thing that she's scared of fire.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, you're starting a match. BG says, it was a strange reaction at the beginning. Conservatives are hypersensitive and were preparing. Liberals laughed it off. Now there's 180. Yeah, because the president changed. when it was Trump's COVID, all the Liberals were like, well, if Trump says it's, if Trump says he's got a vaccine, I'm not taking it. This is just a cold. It's fine. And then Biden got in. No, you need to take the Biden vaccine or you will die.
You're putting everyone at risk by not vaccinating yourself, even though everyone else is already vaccinated.
Yes. And that kind of just proves how political the whole thing is. It's like nothing to do with medicine. It's all about politics. Is the fact that it did completely reverse as soon as the party in office changed. It's like everyone just completely reversed their position.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Dax.
Hey, Mr. Dax, how's it going? I don't care. I'm running away. I don't know how I can afford that.
And I was disappointed Della's stream got cancelled because he's having massive buffering issues.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, no super seducing got done, which is tragic. Blow up a building. Oh no, that's just your airship taking off.
Yep.
It kind of looked like there was like dust at the bottom of the building. That was like the building was going to collapse.
Yeah. And everyone dies. The end.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
All right. Well, I am definitely going to call it there.
Alrighty.
All right. Thanks everyone in the chat for showing up, and yeah, thanks Terry for joining me here.
No worries.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Catch you later, guys.
Now this thing needs to end.